Hello everyone and what's up? Oh shit, I forgot the hat. Oh no. Hello everyone, what's up and welcome back to One Piece. This is episodes 762, 763 and 764. Yeah, that's right. I had to double check it because I thought I was wrong, but I'm right. We're in the Zou arc still. Last episode we kind of continued to basically see the bits that we'd missed. We basically jumped into flashbacks that told us about the about like what had happened on Zou while we weren't quite there yet. Now this is so unprofessional. I'm gonna slightly adjust the camera. But yeah, anyway, so I'm really enjoying this so far. Having a great time with these episodes. I think this arc has been very satisfying and entertaining so far. So I wonder what's going to be coming next. Is there anything specific we like ended on that was like, let me see what the very end of last episode was. Was it anything that I need to like particularly remember? They're going to see Cat Viper. I think that's what was happening. Yeah, that was where we ended. So we're going to go see the Straw Hats are going to meet Cat Viper, who was pretty cool when we saw him in the flashback and stuff. So I can't wait to see what he's like now after the battle. I think he lost a leg or an arm or something, it looked like, but I only saw like a quick, you know, they only showed him for a second post battle really. So I don't quite know, but we'll see. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions, early access, and exclusive videos. You can probably get the rest of the Zou arc on my Patreon account right now. I don't know that for sure, but if you're watching this on YouTube, I think it's a pretty likely that we've finished the Zou arc on my Patreon account. So go check that out. But yeah, let's jump into this. This is One Piece episode 762. One Piece. Woo! So now I've got a fresh one under my chair. It's always great when you get a fresh one. Oh. Okay, the recap Rubik's. If you are new to this channel, the recap Rubik's is a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal will be to beat the recap. However, I do not start doing the cube until this little intro sequence is finished. Okay, recap Rubik's, here we go. Okay, I am basically finished. This episode is gonna be called Going to See Cat Viper, the Master of the Night, and that's my cube complete. Good. Okay, Brooke, you tell the story now in song. Okay, I'm prepared. Whoa. Me too. Yeah, tell them the whole story. Yeah, it makes sense. He's not a magnetic elephant. Good point. Shit. Shit. That makes sense. He's a fucking weird lion guy. Does he think that we did this? Like it would look recent, and it would look like we just stopped on Zou and then pillaged it all. I'm glad he actually cares about his people. Makes sense to think that. Well, we are pirates. That looks nice. Damn. Oh, he made so many. It's nice to make a lot of people food, but also put that much like effort into each dish. Okay, here's this Sanji. I feel like we haven't seen that version of Sanji in a while. Oh, he's like trying to distract him. Oh. So cute. Ah, exchanging clothes. That's why she has a really pretty dress. And that's why Wanda has a bikini. Oh my god, this, I mean, it is kind of amazing. You just do that and they just like rub their face against you. It's very cute. It's a magic word. Yeah. Yeah, and of course they were gonna want to got you as well. I get it, Sanji. This is a gorgeous outfit for her. She doesn't got you. Oh no. Chopper, I love how much Chopper hates him, as he should. You're getting, yeah, you're getting known as a helpful doctor. Barren corpse. Oh my god, guys. Oh yeah, Big Mom's group. No. Tell him that the Straw Hats are the best ever. God, I hate that wanted poster. Okay, okay, he knows. How do you feel about that now? Is he grateful? Oh, he's grateful that they're alive at least. Is Pekom's gonna be like on our side, kinda? Okay, so I'm interested. I thought they were just gonna have the misunderstanding, but now Pekom's has been told, so. Don't attack him right now. I hope we don't ruin this goodwill we might have with Pekom's. Yeah, we're gonna have to ditch Caesar at some point. Oh my god, Caesar's the devil on his shoulder. Sanji's cooking something. And this time it's not food, it's a plan. I like how they're just... they're not asking questions, they're just like, got it. Oh... oh, what's gonna happen? No, continue with the story. I actually want to know. Okay. Hell yeah, Sanji. He's like, I don't do this with men. I like this development. Oh my god. Right. Kinda fair, I guess. And we don't really care about Caesar. But Caesar and Sanji disappear. Oh my god! Is this actually... Oh my god! Oh my god, are they actually killing him? I mean, that was a lot of fucking bullets. What the fuck? He just shot him. Wow, okay. Alright. Well, this is an interesting development. This is really cool. Because, like, okay, so Pekoms, we didn't know a crazy amount about, but we'd met him before. And, you know, so like, the parts where we met him, I didn't think much of him. I didn't care about him that much. But I liked this development where he finds out that his home was attacked and that the Straw Hats were the ones to save them. And he feels grateful to us and actually tries to, like, save us a little bit. You know, he's like, look, I still got to bring something back to my boss. So give us Caesar. No one cares about Caesar anyway. Like, give him, and then we'll say, like, we'll just lie and say that you got away, for the second part of your mission, because I don't want to do anything to you. And I think that is, like, pretty reasonable. Just hang on, give me a sec. Okay, I know I just put a shirt on, but I was also adjusting some of the lighting and stuff. Yeah, like, I think it's pretty reasonable overall. But then, like, I mean, he, I guess, didn't take into account the fact that the other guy, who is named, oh gosh, it's, like, Capone, is that what it is? Isn't as cool with that, you know? Now, the thing about Capone is, before I start doing this, I need to see, because I think I have it written down pretty recently. I just want to make sure his name is Capone, and then I'm not just making that up. But I mean, now it's been a while actually since we've. Okay, well, you know what? It's probably not going to be super easy to find right now. But the thing about him is, like, originally we saw his power, which was sort of like things, he can make things when they go into his, like, sphere, they, like, shrink down into his body, and then so his body is basically a big, like, tower, and he can, like, have people be inside of it and stuff. Wasn't that what his power was? And if so, does he currently have, like, his crew in his body? Does he still have, like, a big group of people? Because if he's working under Big Mom now, like, would she let that be the case? Does she know about it? I imagine she would know about it. I imagine she's like, yeah, you know, they work for you, you work for me. Just do my bidding and whatever. Use whoever you need to use. So, so I wonder. I'm very curious about that. If there's a bunch of people, like, with him right now, and if he got into danger, he could just, like, send out lots of soldiers and cannonballs and all of that. But yeah, like, him shooting Pekoms, though, like, it seems like Pekoms, oh, it's hard to know with One Piece. It seems like he's dead. Like, he got shot a lot. But then again, I feel like I say that a lot with One Piece, where I'm like, well, they got shot a lot. They're you know, like, that's what I did with Law, right? Because Law it was like bang, 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 bang. And then I was like, oh my god, he got shot so many times. That felt like, to me, Oda being like, look, I'm killing him, I'm killing him. But I feel like Oda is, like, pushing the boundary of, like, how many shots can I do into someone's body and have you still believe that they'll survive it? But this one was like, Now, obviously, this is an anime adaptation of a manga. It could have been like one panel in the manga, and the anime obviously wants to stretch it out and put the to be continued screen over it and stuff, so they extend out the sound over and over and over and over again to make it even less realistic that he survives. But I don't know. I'm just gonna go on the assumption that he dies right now, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I really liked the development of like Peckham's being indebted to us, and then Capone killing him. I think I also like that development. I think that's really interesting. It's like, it's really interesting to show, you know, how brutal, and I don't know. It's a very good way to develop Big Mom's crew, I think. Since we're trying to, you know, start setting these characters up for maybe next arc. I'm guessing it's going to be next arc. Where we fight Big Mom. So doing the setup now makes sense. I like that there's like the exchanging of clothes is like a common thing for them. And so that's why Wanda is wearing Nami's outfit, and Nami is wearing like this gorgeous dress that that now I've seen like a few other people wearing like similar type dresses, especially with that, like, I don't know what it's called, but that like lace on the side that shows like a bit of skin, but it's still like stitched together. And I really loved that dress, and I think like it's one of Nami's best outfits to me. And so it makes sense. It's like, it's from this place. It's like a dress she was given here, so it's not something that she's been carrying around the whole time, and she was just like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna quickly get dressed into something more comfortable, let's wear this like this gorgeous dress. It was more like this was something that she accepted because Wanda was like, this is part of our tradition, and also she was like, okay, a free expensive dress, fuck yeah. Anything else that I want to talk about? No, I'm just curious to watch what happens next. I'm really, really curious. So let's just jump into the next episode. This is episode 763 of One Piece. Here we go. Oh! Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. That's the cube complete. Yeah, he shot it out of a little window in his hand. So maybe it's actually a soldier. Oh, this episode is called The Rise of Capone. I don't know. The Rise of Capone. It looks like a long title, so it's not just that. It was! He does have little soldiers in there. And the Strats haven't seen that power, only we've seen it. Oh my god, he's dead! Jesus! Here we go. There's gonna be like a fucking tank in there. Oh, you're gonna be surrounded by an army now. Here we go, they grow back to full size, yep. All my questions were answered. Most of them, at least. Oh my god. But then Sanji has to be okay enough to leave a note, and also Brook gets back. Castle fruit, yeah, okay. Yep. Oh god. True, smart. Oh god. In the back. Oh no! Shit! God damn it. Oh my god, look at his hands. Caesar's here? Why is he here? Oh my god. Dude, can't you like fly? Good bluff. Oh my god. I like how this guy's kind of scheming. Get into my castle. What if only Sanji and Caesar agree to go? But he left a note. He wouldn't leave a note if that was the case. Like climb in his body. Oh, you guys all did it? I guess you had to. Robin's getting a lot more, what's the word? Morbid lately. Can he also go inside his own castle? You know what I mean? Like there'll be like a version of him in there. Oh, the walls are like his suit? That's kind of clever. I like how Sanji's the one sitting at the table. Yeah, looks like he has his own version in here. Sure. Oh. Really? An invitation. Oh. To go kill her. Wedding? What? Wait. Hang on. Hang on. There was multiple things happening there. Did we just learn Sanji's last name? Like, we didn't know Sanji's last name, I don't imagine. Why would we? Is this last name Vinsmoke? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. This is really interesting. Putting Charlotte. I mean, Sanji, what if she's cute? If I was Sanji, I'd be like, show me a picture. Then we'll talk. Third son of the... Third son? Third son of the... Oh. I'm really interested in this. What the fuck? How are we finding out about Sanji's family? That's so cool. That's such a cool last name. Uh-huh. Is Vinsmoke in there somewhere? Okay. And yeah, well, we didn't get any more info about that backstory. Holy shit, this is crazy lore drops. Oh, true. Huh. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's Big Mom's daughter. This is so interesting. If she is pretty, then you have no reason not to show her a picture. Him a picture. Because you'll convince it, maybe. Or at least he'll be conflicted. True. You can have Caesar.
ふざけんな。イエスかノーの答えも求めちゃいねえ。ここは俺の
Oh, you're being kidnapped. Right, we're taking you to the tea party.
お前らはもう捕まってんだよ。全員を
Oh, this is so interesting. Oh.
戦うなら相手になっても
Oh shit, but the whole castle can fight? Like the castle moves at his will, I imagine. Ugh. Don't like that weird worm. Oh my god. I mean, he's not gonna kill Sanji, he's just threatening him. No! Oh my god. I know Nami's gonna be fine. Does Sanji just say like, I'll go completely without a fight if you let these others go? No, but he leaves a note! He needs to leave a note at some point. Veto? Oh my god, the tongue. He looks like Crollo from Hunter x Hunter. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he said something. He said something bad about Nami. That's what that look looks like. Oh shit. Okay, there is some secrets. Oh my god. I can't believe the lore drops we're getting. We found out Sanji's last name. It's great because I just didn't even think about it. In my head, it's like, I'm like, oh, we know all the Straw Hats like backstories and stuff. Like those questions have been answered. And like, I just don't, I never think we're gonna get any new lore drops with the Straw Hats. But yeah, it makes sense. Like Sanji, we actually don't know, especially since, look, Sanji, his backstory we have gotten partially, but I didn't realize it was only partially that we had gotten. But it makes a lot of sense because, like, I think a reason that I didn't ever think about Sanji, who his family was, and what his last name is, and all of that, is because, like, we'd seen his backstory, and then also, like, the live action, you know, did his backstory as well, and like in those versions, like I remember, you know, they were quite decently lengthy backstories, and they felt like, you know, this could be a full character backstory. And that could be it, you know, like that could be all the important information for his life. But it makes sense, like he said he's from the North Blue, and yet, like when the first time we see him, he's in the East Blue. So what happened there? Also, the first time we see him, he's working, he's not working for the Baradier, he's on a different ship that then gets ransacked by pirates or whatever, right? So, like the initial time we see him, he's not with his family. So we didn't know anything about his family, and I just didn't even think about that. Well, now I got to think about like what other lore drops could we get in the future? Like, let's see. We can get like Nami's real, and by real I mean blood. I don't want to really use the term real, but blood relatives, blood parents and stuff. We could get that because we don't really have answers to that. I don't think, frankly, that Chopper would have that much in it. Like Chopper was a reindeer. I don't know how much info there is to tell about Chopper's backstory. Let's see. Frankie, I think we know his... I can't fully remember. Because I remember Frankie's backstory, but I don't remember how far back it goes in terms of like how he came to be with Tom's family and stuff. I can't fully remember off the top of my head. I can go back and look at that. Nico Robin, we have, I think, basically her full backstory. Like, we know who her actual mum is, or was, R.I.P. And like, yeah, and her people died on that. Yeah, so I think Robin's backstory we're good with. Usopp, we know about his mother and his father and you know what happened to them. The father is still out at sea on Shanks' crew, and mother died in bed, so we know about that. Oh my gosh, Luffy, we know like stuff. Like Luffy's, I can understand if we get more and more lore drops of Luffy's backstory in little bits and pieces, because he's the main character and they've been like doing a lot of mystery stuff with Luffy. Brook's pretty open. Brook, there's a lot of stuff they could explore with him, because most of what, like, we saw a little bit of him just when he was a human, like a alive person, but we didn't see all of it. So there's a lot of stuff you could do with Brook, I think. Who haven't I done? Let me look at the intro. Zoro, we've seen. I guess Zoro's kind of open as well. I guess, like, yeah, it's kind of crazy, like, when you really stop and think about it, how much you could fill in with, like, bonus extra content. How much you could, like, expand on these characters' lives, which I think is fun. And I think it's also fun, like, Oda is almost definitely like purposefully leaving it open and going, I'll figure that out later, because like he I think some people, especially when they're not writers, are too obsessed with the idea of like writers having everything planned out. You don't need to do that. If you're writing something, like having the idea of having every single thing planned out, it's cool. It's a cool idea, but one, it's not super realistic. Two, it also kind of makes it more rigid sometimes. Like you can plan everything out and also have a really great story. Like, for example, Attack on Titan gives me the vibe of that series was planned out like very intricately. I'm sure there's a decent amount of stuff that he still made up along the way, but it feels like that series feels like it was planned out very intricately. And also I think there's some stuff that the way it's confirmed, like the way that things happen, it's like the only way you could have done this storytelling is if you planned this out, and that's really cool. And Attack on Titan nails that feeling. But there really aren't many series that can do that. And I think sometimes when you plan out all of your stuff ahead of time, a problem that I think writers can have when they do that is, and this is also a tip if you like DM games, like if you play Dungeons and Dragons or any other TTRPG and you're like the game master of it, this is also a thing. Like if you think too macro, if you think about the whole thing and you're planning everything intricately and stuff, you might actually be worse at the micro, the individual episodes, the individual chapters, the if you're playing a TTRPG, the individual sessions. Like, yeah, you are doing all this really good build up for what might be a good twist later on, but those twists don't really hit very well unless you actually care about the story itself. And the only way to care about the story is to have the day-to-day, the episode to episode, chapter to chapter, session to session adventures be entertaining and get you attached and make you like these characters enough that you care about the overall story. And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, this person's doing, like, spending this whole episode setting stuff up here and setting stuff up here and setting stuff up here, and the audience is like, okay, I don't know what's happening there, I don't know what's going on, and then the reveals happen, and they're like, oh, that's what they were doing. Okay, yeah, all right, I see why they said that now. But like they're not gonna care as much. And it's because sometimes the writer will have like they will have these grand plans, but they'll almost be making the current story worse to set up for a better overall world. So I feel like Oda is really good at doing a nice mix between, he's putting in all these hints and he's like setting these great things up, but it also feels like some of the stuff he might just be making up. Like he might just get up to an arc and go, hey, here's a great idea. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to reveal this. And so Sanji's like family and stuff, I feel like he might have had like an idea in his head, kind of like, eventually maybe I'll go into Sanji's family stuff. I don't know. But then he might not have had it actually planned out. And had an actual idea about it until later. Now, but I don't know when later will be. Later could be until this episode, or later could be like until Fishman Island, or like, sometimes it's quite late in the story when you like start to piece these things together. But I don't know. I don't feel like he would have had it all planned out from the start. But that's good, I would say. Like I think that means that he is actively, as the story goes on, looking for fun ways that he can continue to make the story feel like it's always been this big, but he's actually doing it, naturally. And like using the example of D&D again, that's a good sort of tip for DMing games that people give a lot. Is like you'll see people like Matt Mercer, who obviously is a DM from Critical Role and is one of the most famous dungeon masters in history, I would say. He gives this advice because people talk about like, well, you've built this Exandria, this huge world, and there's a lot of intricate things going on, lots of different continents and different types of people and religions, and there's like so much complex shit going on in Exandria. So how do you do that? And generally the advice that he and other DMs give is like, start with a tavern. Start with a place that the characters are, and then think about the town. And really, for like a session, that's all you got to think about. You don't have to think about, what's the city that the town like is next to, and what are their main exports, and what's the thing, like, you just start simple. Start with something small. You don't need to expand out your entire world yet. And then as like people ask questions, or like you ask yourself questions maybe while the story is going through, while the players are doing stuff, you might go like, okay, well, I want to set up this cool villain who fights with a sickle as his arm. His arm is a sickle. So why is his arm a sickle? Okay, I guess maybe there's this group of people that they all replace their body parts with like a tool of some sort, and it's like part of their culture. It denotes their profession. Don't steal this idea. Or do, I guess. I'm probably not going to use it. I'm just making it up as I go. But like, they replace their arm with something that denotes their profession. It's like part of their culture. Okay, so why are they, like, they're weirdly fanatical like that? Okay, where did they come from? And then you can start to like expand upon that a little bit, and then you have your own little faction. And then maybe eventually people will be like, okay, well, where are they from? And you go, they're from the city of... And then you make up a city name. I'm not going to make up one right now, but you say they're from this city name here. And then they go, okay, well, we have to go to city name here. And then when they're going there, you're like, okay, so what could a place that creates a cult like this be like? And then you keep doing that. And like, you're only making up a few things every session, but it makes them feel like, oh my God, well, like city name here was set up all the way back when we met that guy with the sickle for an arm. And so like this was all planned out the entire time, but really you're actually just following the lines in the same way that they are, but you're coming up with your own answers to it, and then finding fun ways to expand that out. So yeah, I don't think a writer should make up every single thing as they go along, but I think sometimes people don't realize how much writers actually do that. Just listen to Vince Gilligan talk about Breaking Bad and how he talks about, Breaking Bad's like, in my opinion, possibly the greatest show of all time. And he constantly talks about, and Better Call Saul, and he constantly talks about in those shows, he's like, yeah, we didn't know where the season was going. We were just like, we were really flying by the skin of our teeth. That's not the flying by the seat of our pants. Anyway, so yeah. I all this to say, I wonder how much of Sanji's thing was planned, but I'm really enjoying this. This was like a really cool lore drop, and oh man, Sanji Vinsmoke. It's such a cool name. I'm also fucking glad no one spoiled that for me. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Sanji Vinsmoke. I feel like that's the sort of thing that people would, like, for example, now, spoilers for Attack on Titan. If you have not seen Attack on Titan, skip forward like 30 seconds or something. For example, in Attack on Titan, there's the reveal of Mikasa Ackerman, right? I believe that's the one that has the reveal, or is Levi the one that has the reveal? I think it's Mikasa. And people just call her Mikasa Ackerman when like making fan art of her or figures of her, because they forget that it's a reveal in the show. So if you're watching the show, you'll be like, oh, I got that spoiled because I saw a piece of fan art and that was what her name was on the fan art, you know? So in that same vein, I'm surprised no one's just straight up said Sanji Vinsmoke, you know? Like, people always just say Sanji, One Piece Sanji. So really, really cool. Yeah. I'm curious what Pudding's gonna be like. I feel like, because look, when I say you gotta show a picture to Sanji to convince him, I'm not saying Sanji would definitely go like, oh, she's hot, yeah, I'm doing it, you know? Like, I'm saying I think he would be conflicted. I think he would ultimately probably stay with the Straw Hats, but like, we know Sanji has some pretty severe flaws, and I think it would, at the very least, he might be reckless and go like, okay, I'll agree to the marriage and with the intention of going back on it later, but you could, you know, pull him along for a lot of that and then basically trap him in there. I think if you showed him a picture of Pudding, if she's cute, then you have a chance. Now, here's the thing. I can see this going two ways, right? Way number one, I can see her being very cute, and that makes this very difficult for Sanji. And that, to me, is the funnier route, and also the more entertaining route for me, because I'll have another cute character, right? But, like, I think that's the funnier route to take overall, is to have Sanji be, like, conflicted. But then you can also have him be, like, essentially choose his crew over, like, a guaranteed cute wife, you know? Like, which I think would be kind of nice and a good character moment. Here's a way that I think is more likely, is that Big Mom obviously is not designed to be an attractive looking character. So I think it makes sense if, like, Big Mom's daughter is very similar to Big Mom. And also for Oda to want to continue the joke of, like, the same joke that they were doing on Karma whatever island, which I didn't love. so you know, but like I didn't love that for different reasons other than them just being like ugly characters. So like, you know, the idea of Sanji just getting married to someone and it's like, oh no, she's ugly, I don't want to marry her. It's like, it's not a great joke, but it'll be better than if it's actually like a queer person or a trans person or something, that he's then like, ew, I don't want that, you know? So, but I don't think they're going to do that. I feel like already Oda has gotten better and better at doing that stuff than since we saw like the pre-time skip stuff. I feel like he's already improved a hell of a lot. I mean, already in Impel Down, it was already an improvement once we met Ivan and his whole crew of people who were like, they were like a group of LGBT people who were all just like a wide variety of people, and they were all free and happy and cheerful and interesting. So like Oda kind of like immediately improved. I'm not that worried that he's gonna continue that those sorts of jokes, but I mean, I guess we'll see. But yeah, I genuinely think it would be funnier, and like I think it'll be a better joke and better for his character and more interesting for the show and better for me because I'll get a cute character design if you have Pudding be like a very cute character. But I mean, I guess we'll see, you know? I would also like it if it's like Pudding is a cute character, but she also like, she's going along with this, but maybe she's also not fully invested in the idea of being like, having this arranged marriage, you know? Or maybe she does end up meeting Sanji and really likes Sanji, but she doesn't like the idea that Sanji's with her because of the arranged marriage. Like she wants Sanji to fall in love with her of his own volition. Maybe. Like that would be kind of cool, and I think that would be a really interesting storyline to do, where it's like Sanji is like, well, it's not this girl's fault that this is all happening, and then maybe they'll have a really cute moment there. And I mean, you could even do that even if you have like an unattractive character design. You could even do that storyline, and that would be kind of cute. So I think that would be also a decent way to do it, is if you have the character be unattractive and whatever, but then you like treat that character very seriously, and you like truly make that character like beautiful because of not the way that they're designed, but because of who they are as a person. And yeah, you could do a lot with that. There's a lot of ways you can go with this story. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out. I'm also excited for comments that I might get on this video about me being like a weird snowflake or something. Which happens sometimes whenever my discussions skew to Sanji and things that I don't want Sanji's character to go towards and stuff. I will get comments like that very often, but you know, it is what it is. I just got to ignore them. But I'm saying all of this because the Sanji stuff recently has been so good, and by recently I mean since Punk Hazard, even a bit before Punk Hazard. It's been like wonderful. So I just want to see more awesome Sanji stuff. And this episode was a great Sanji episode. Really, really great. Give me more. Give me more. Let's jump into the next episode. This is episode 764 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay. Recap. Rubik's. Here we go.
半月前に110海賊団との戦いの顛末。
新郎はシャーロット家35時。それが新世界の
And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called the truth behind Sanji's note. Because I don't know why he left a note yet. I'm still caught up on the note. Like, if he wrote the note, he has to be separate from the others. So they have to get out of this, but then he chooses to go and leaves a note? Man, that's a creepy drawing. Oh my god. Sanji's gonna make an executive decision soon, I think. Oh, is he gonna write the note here? Oh, because he's leaving the note for Luffy, not for these guys. Okay. That does make sense. I was so caught up on the idea that he like left in the night and left a note on the bedside table or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't sound like he loves his family. Well, if you want to make sure that note stays safe, you have to put it in Nami's pocket. Aww. Oh. Is he gonna throw you out? Or kick you out? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And Caesar's like, that's funny. Okay, alright, that makes sense. And they're not gonna shoot Sanji. Oh my god! Sanji's so cool! And he did that move again. Crazy. Cool, I like them showing the gun like his legs. Oh my god, the gun's still going. Oh! Oh! Yeah, his brains is the one thing that we've got. Oh, this is so badass. I love it. Only alive! Yeah! That's why! Oh! That makes so much sense! Okay, who's the monster that they're referring to? It's, I was about to say, is it Cat Viper? Oh boy. Cat Viper's so cool. Bleeding? Okay, is he not dead? He looked dead. They drew him like he was dead. Yeah, Nami. And yeah, you gotta trust the Straw Hats. He doesn't want to drag them into that. Aww. Damn, man. Oh shit! Oh shit! What the fuck? Bro, it's a castle fruit. You can't just also turn into a tank. Oh, the note. I told you should have stuck it in her pocket. Nature's pocket. Oh. Oh. Damn, man. Shows how much Nami really does care about Sanji, despite her getting so frustrated with him. You know? Yeah, he wants to go complete whatever he needs to do. He did say, "I'll be back," though, which is good. That's perfect. This is so interesting. This is such a good development. Oh man, Oda's cooking so much. Okay, so Pekom's is alive. I don't know how, but fine. Bullets mean nothing in the One Piece universe. Alright, are we basically caught up now? Or the woman is Big Mom. Like he's going to see Big Mom to deal with this. Or, you know, see his mother. What if Big Mom is his mama? Is that possible? Did I say mama? No, but then he wouldn't be. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That's, yeah. No, Luffy doesn't. We all know Luffy doesn't let that happen. So many people have tried to leave the Straw Hats, and he. Usopp's the only one he let go for a while. And that's because Usopp made the decision himself. Yeah, true. Yeah. He's not leaving you for good. He said, I'll be back. Yep, we're going towards Kaido anyway. And Kaido's coming for us. I like how Zoro's like, look, this has been a consistent story. We're not just doing random shit here. We were already involved with Big Mom. We already declared war on her. That's true. That's true. Nami's right. As always. This was always in the cards, guys. Exactly. That's not a bad point, though. We do need reinforcements. Bring the minks. Oh, spill the beans. Oh, Pecoms? They had to leave Pecoms behind. Holy shit, man. Brilliant. These episodes were so good. This was like, these 3 episodes that I did in this video were all fucking incredible. Like, I love the developments here. It's made me so excited for what's to come. Like, it's really setting up so nicely. Getting some great lore drops, some great character moments. I love that full crew discussion that we had just then. Like, it was everyone except Sanji was like in the same scene discussing what their next move should be. And that's the sort of thing, like, that's the sort of scene where traveling, like, most of the episode is just, or actually all of the last few episodes have just been the Straw Hats traveling on the animal back from one place to the next, right? It's just been traveling. But that's the way to make it fucking great, is like, I didn't want that ride that they were taking, that trip that they were taking to end, because the discussion they were having was so interesting and so much fun. Yeah, I'm so keen to see more of all of this, because like, firstly, the fact that it seems like this is going to be a Sanji focused storyline is awesome. I am genuinely happy about that, because I would love for him to have way more cool moments. These 3 episodes are like some of the best Sanji moments ever. Definitely in ages, I would say. He just, like, I mean, I know I keep saying that, like, every time Sanji does something cool, I'm like, oh, he's being cool again. I know it's like, at this point you're like, yeah, he's been being cool for a while, but like, what I mean is, genuinely, each time he's doing something that I find even cooler, and is reminding me of like what his character, how cool his character was at the start of the series, and now he's starting to become that cool again. So I'm really happy about the development this has been taking. I'm really excited. Something I realized partway through this episode, they said he was the 3rd son, right? And his name's Sanji. So, like, San means 3. So was that why he's called Sanji, or am I like stretching for that? Because is he gonna have, are his brothers gonna be called like Ichiji and Niji? Or that would be, you know, weird. I feel like for the family to do that, but it's One Piece, and like the weird, you know, it's anime in general. Anime like likes to do fun naming schemes more than like realistic names, you know, which I think is fun, you know. But like, you know, so many series, you watch so many series that it's like, oh, this name is actually a pun that means this or whatever, right? And it's just straight up like a really like their name is just like oh, this is Tree Hugger, and oh, they're called Tree Hugger because they're like a nature person and they love trees or whatever. But everyone's just going around calling them Tree Hugger. But that's their actual birth name, you know. So like I feel like Ichiji and Niji, I mean, they already sound like names anyway, so it would actually make sense. But I mean, does this mean are we gonna meet Sanji's family? It would be really cool to meet them, see what kind of characters they are. Like, I would love if they're like real badasses, you know. Yeah, I'm so excited to see. I mean, they also said he's the third son. I wonder if he has any sisters as well. Or if he just has two brothers, or at least two brothers. He could have younger brothers as well. He has at least two brothers and presumably parents. I don't know if they're still alive or whatever, but yeah. I loved the reveal of like, this is why the wanted poster said only alive. It makes a lot of sense. I forgot about that detail for a little while, but that's like a really cool way for it all to come around. And like, I know that was only recently, but it's really cool that Oda set that up ahead of time and then, you know, lets you speculate for a while and then throws it at you. It's great. Yeah, and then I also really liked the scene where Zoro's like, look, we're on an unstoppable train right now, and then he summarizes like how the New World storylines have all been feeding into one another. I really like that scene because sometimes I feel like it's cool when the writer takes a step back and goes, look, I'm just gonna summarize the like major parts of the story in this quick little cool speech, so that you can like see what the scale of this is, you know? And I feel like it's a way, like, it's just a fun speech for Zoro to do, but two, it's a way for Oda to tell the audience like, look, this story, we're not just going to random places. I'm not just gonna be writing this story in such a way that it's like, oh, and then they arrive on, you know, the Cotton Candy Island and everything's made of cotton candy, and here's Dr. Cotton Ball who wants to stop everyone from eating cotton candy, and he's evil. Like, he's not just making up like trying to come up with random shit. Like, it's like, this is Oda saying, look, I've got a forward progression for this story, and that's the path that we're taking. There may be detours on the way, you know, we may take little stops here or there for like other things, but there'll be small detours. The actual story has a direction and a momentum now more than ever. Like, I think early Grand Line stuff is was more like, okay, we're just going towards Raftel, but we're just kind of trying to go to the next island. That's our only goal, you know? But now there's like major party goals that we've got and that we're moving forward to. And to me, it makes the story so much better. So much better. And it to me makes this as like, this series has something that no other series, or at least very few other series, can have, which is like this length and like that, and also retain the momentum of a shorter series. Because sometimes when there's a longer series, but they use the being a longer series to excuse not progressing the plot, I don't like that as much, because I like the progression, but I also love long series. So the fact that it's like, this show is so good at both, or I should say this series, because I'm referring mostly to Oda's original work. This series is so good at simultaneously having a lot of content and continuously progressing the plot. It's really, really great at it. So I loved these episodes so much. I'm in such a good mood now. I really, really loved them. So thank you for watching these One Piece reactions, episode 762, 63, and 64. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.